And we are live.
Hi, everyone. Sheila, you're already on. I'm Julie.
And I'm Arvin. Welcome to the Cuddle Connection. And so today we're going to wait for people to jump on, but it's a special day. We get to share with you our vision, our mission, our values. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Kim. Hello, Leslie.
Hello, everyone. Be sure to
Hop on.
share. We have our giveaways like always. Say hello.
Hello, Dee.
Hi. And
welcome to our 4th episode of the Cuddle Connection.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello,
Glad you're
Michelle, Jeannie, Beverly, hello.
How's everyone today? Beautiful sunny LA today.
Yes,
it's a gorgeous day.
It's a little too hot today.
Oh, I love it.
Yesterday was 90 degrees. My son woke up and he goes, "Oh my God, it's going to be 90 degrees today."
90?
I'm like, "Yes," and where we live.
Wow.
I think it's a little milder today, but hello, Sophie. Look, snowy Michigan. My God.
Oh my gosh, are we just on opposite planets right now, huh?
There's a reason why we live here.
Yes, there is.
Hello, Denise. We'll let a few people jump on. Please make sure to share this video, and you'll be entered to win one of 2 blankets. So if you're on Facebook, we'll give one away on Facebook and one on YouTube. So make sure to share it, and it's going to be a special day today.
Welcome, Cynthia.
We might have a special visitor today on here as well.
Hey, Sherry, Rochelle.
Chicagoland.
Glad you're here.
I love Chicagoland. I haven't been there in a while. It's been a minute.
Ooh, me too. Long minute.
Had some nice trips there. Wonderful people. Lavina, hello. Sandy, hello.
49
Cynthia,
degrees.
hello.
Probably twice that today.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably get to 85 today.
Yeah.
Sandy, hello. Cynthia, hello.
I've been to Spring, Texas before.
Are we ready to get started?
Sure, I think so.
Yeah.
Do we have enough? I think so.
Yeah, be sure to like the video and share it, and also turn your notification to be reminded for other lives. So we go live every Thursday now. It's that we've changed the format a bit. We go live every Thursday with product review and other topics, and then we go on the 3rd Thursday of every month. We do the Cuddle Connection, which is a deeper look into the Shannon Fabrics company, our people, our values, what we do, our community, how we give back, all that good stuff to really make you understand what we do and how together we are making the world a softer place.
And we're actually working on the schedule for the new ones. And so we'd love it if you have any ideas or anything that you're wanting to discuss, or topics in general, or give us an idea that will spur a conversation that we could come up with ourselves.
I think that would be awesome. Hello, Annette. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Sophie. Thank you for sharing. Thank you guys for being here. I feel super grateful to be in your presence today and to really, share with you guys the real bones of our company. I mean, I think this is the Bible. This is what we live by. This is what, our playbook.
Absolutely. And, I said it last time we were together that, this is something that we worked on a long time, probably 2 years of revisiting and just really making sure that we were correct.
Yes,
that we were correct about what it was and what we wanted and the way we wanted to say it. It is a big deal.
I mean, it's what you stand for, right? And how you conduct yourself. So really understanding it. I mean, it was a self-discovery as well. I think that was really good.
I think so too.
Because look, sometimes we take things for granted, right? And we live in a day and time where it's not easy. It's not hard to be distracted, and it's easy to be scattered-minded. I think one of the biggest blessings of our product is the goodness it delivers, the calm, the comfort, joy, and happiness that it brings to people. And so I think it's a special day for us to share this. And hello, Mary. Hello, Karen. Hello, Johanna. I saw Bruce B., the winner of the last week's blanket, or 2 weeks ago on there. Hello, Bruce. We're going to get started, and we're going to share with you. So we'll start with our mission.
Okay.
And I'm going to let Julie tell you what our mission is, and we'll talk about it.
I'm going to read it to you so we don't miss anything here. I believe it's on your screen as well, but Our mission is to make the world a softer place by inspiring our customers with product we sell, the services we offer, and the impact we make in our community. That's our mission.
Yes, and maybe we should have started with vision, but we'll start with mission. I think the mission is really because it really tells the full compassing story of making the world a softer place, and that's where I wanted to start with, because honestly, that's been the biggest blessing of the biggest reward, I think, of what we get to do, is that we get to do this, what we call work, right? I mean, it started out as nothing fancy. It started out of sheer desperation. I joined my father's business.
Right.
He had a setback. I hated every first couple of years, every day, because it wasn't really what I wanted out of a career, out of my life. But as we talked about it before, a few angels here and there, and we arrived on the path, which today represents Shannon Fabrics. And I'm so proud that not only do our products make the world a softer place, it's the community, it's the people, it's our brand ambassadors, it's our customers, it's our consumers, it's our suppliers. I mean, we just had commitments from our suppliers to donate again to our Thanksgiving drive.
Yep.
$30,000. That's a big deal. That's going to be able to feed about 800 families.
And especially at this time, you know, in the world that we live in today,
Yeah.
for them to
step up and help us
and feed here,
Yes,
you know, not in
the
their
US,
own,
right.
you know. So I think it's pretty impressive.
So again, that's really what it means. I mean, you know, we want to create products that inspire you, that make your world better, right, and your customers' world better. And
I think we talk about making the world a softer place
Yes.
a lot, and I don't think that's unfamiliar to probably any of you, and I think that that's probably one of the, you know, as Arvin has said before, that it wasn't, when it was written originally, that wasn't the intention.
No, that wasn't the meaning at all.
But now it's turned into completely
It's
the meaning,
morphed.
and that it has the
It's
the byproduct is that our product is soft. So I do think that it was meant to be.
I think honestly, it's one of the most beautiful, again, and rewarding things that I get to see every day. And it really holds you accountable, right? When you walk into the building and the first thing you see making the world a softer place, it's hard to have a crummy day. And look, we all have crummy days, but it really uplifts you as you see this phrase. My God, that's such a big task, making the world a softer place. God knows we need more people helping us on our, you know, real journey to making the world even a softer place. And so really, thank you, Annette. We love you. And thank you, all of you guys, for supporting us and allowing us to really do what we do.
Yeah.
Because as I said it before, it sounds like a broken record. We love what we do, the way we do it, and the people we get to do it with all the time. And it's really heartwarming for us all. And when we see pictures, or when we see someone enjoying something, or someone received a blanket in the hospital that helped them through recovery, or the text messages that I get from our customers who once were a recipient of a cuddle blanket that have helped them become one of our customers. They fell in love with it so much. There's many of them.
Yeah.
Or they had a child in the NICU, and or a grandchild, and they made a blanket, went to a fabric store, bought a couple of yards, and now they're selling thousands of blankets and allowing that special feeling to so many more people, right? I mean, that's really what it's all about. And I thank you. I'm so grateful. I've had a very grateful week this week.
Yeah, you have.
And
Agreed.
And
Agreed. Kimberly, I want to just not acknowledge what you just said. The world does need to be softer, and we need people that want to,
now more than ever,
want to infuse that into our world and our societies and our daily lives. So I agree.
So that's our mission. And, you know, we're going to move on to our vision.
Right.
And our vision is to
be the premier provider of quality products that bring comfort, joy, and happiness into the world. I'm positive you've heard Arvin say that many, many, many times. We hear it here internally. We hear it probably every day.
Yeah.
There's somebody says that statement almost every day, and probably
I am probably the repeat offender,
yes.
the number one, victim or suspect here. But I think, look, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, really, who doesn't need, like Kimberly said, who doesn't need more, a better world today, more comfort, joy, and happiness? Look, with everything going on, whether it's from a political standpoint, which, we know as a world, as a country, everyone's suffering. It doesn't matter which side you're on, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're in the middle. And then in terms of everything going on with the war and Russia and all the uprising in Iran and all this uncertainty, and then the talks of the recession, and then you got, the COVID thing, which seems to be kind of over, but it's not really over. It's still, we don't know what's going to happen. And then you got all the inflationary, I was talking to a friend 2 days ago, and he said people are getting blazed by inflation.
Yeah.
I think that's a great statement. And that's really what's happening everywhere. And I mean everywhere. No matter where you go, and I feel bad for people who have a fixed income that were barely making it by 2 years ago. And now they have to pay 30%, 40% more for everything. And so my heart goes to everyone who's, suffering right now. And I hope that our products and similar products can deliver the comfort, joy, and happiness that we all want and need, really, as human beings. So
I agree. So
you have anything to add to that?
I don't know. I just feel like the statement comfort, joy, and happiness, we worked on that for a long time, and it sounds so simple, but we did because we wanted to cover everything. Just like Kim is writing right now, that it brings comfort to Kim. But at the same time, it can bring joy to you as well. And so everybody's in a different place, right? And so one blanket can mean a lot, and it can cover all of it or just one of them that's super important to you.
Yes.
And so I feel like the words that we chose there are the appropriate ones and the ones that we live by. That, yes. I can't tell you how many blankets. I sent one out the day before yesterday. I sent a friend a blanket because she has recently learned that she has cancer. And so, and for me, that when I hear those words, I can't get a blanket fast enough to somebody because I feel like it's my duty to my friends and my extended families.
Yes.
And that to share that love in a way that, and you've taught me that, Arvin, and I will give you credit for that every day of the week, that he's taught me that it's so important to share that, not just to think about it, but actually do it, to follow through. I saw a gal on Facebook, I believe it's on our I Love Cuddle page, that just decided that through her own experience with breast cancer, that she decided that she's going to make breast cancer pillows and give them to the local hospital. And yes, it's tedious and it's a lot, but she did it and she delivered them. I saw that she delivered them. She posted it, and it just warms me internally, externally, and I just want everybody to do a little bit like that. Just share a little something with somebody that has cuddle in it, because I think it just brings a joy, a happiness, or a comfort that nothing else kind of seems to do.
I agree. And I'm sorry, Shauna. My condolences. And I'm glad that the blankets are helping. And I saw Kim said, it helps her mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so nice to hear this stuff. Honestly, it's the most gratifying and the most it's the biggest blessing I think we have in the building. And I think that's kind of, I'm big with karma. I'm big with energy. I'm big with, what goes around comes around kind of a thing. And I'm big with, everyone making as much impact as they can. And it doesn't have to be the same for everyone. Look, everyone has a different threshold. Everyone has different ability, and a different journey. And my favorite thing to do, and I'm happy that I've inspired you to do it as well, is to really share the love of the cuddle fabric and the cuddle blanket. And I probably give away maybe 100 or 2 of them every year. That's aside from the 600 blankets we send to our customers around the holidays.
I tease him as a professional blanket giver awayer now.
Right.
But I mean it. I mean, you are. I've watched him do it in an airport to somebody he's never met before. And the conversation was struck up. And then I'm suddenly writing down this person's address and we're sending her a blanket. And it just is what it is. That's the genuine heart of the Paravi family.
Thank you, Annette. We appreciate your donations. All of you guys. I mean, look, it's not just me. I hope that I can lead by example and show you guys what this is all about and the opportunity we really have. And we work with a lot of amazing nonprofits that provide this goodness, through, Binkies, which donates to hospitals for children in oncology, dealing with cancer. We've got people that given out. I mean, there's so many different organizations with that people going through cancer, people, whether it be a women's shelter, different worlds that really need some comfort. And so that's our goal, is that as we go on, we get to hopefully expand our giving arm, and give more, and with your help. And we want you guys to help and do whatever you can on your own. Help us with our drives. We would love your participation. I mean, there's nothing better than giving, in my opinion. I prefer to give than receive.
I do too.
I'm awful at receiving.
I'm awful at receiving too.
And you know, Shirley always says, she says, you're no fun to give to.
Sorry.
And so, but because I'm so keen on giving, you know, and maybe it's a self-worth thing. Who knows? We all deal with our insecurities, but
I guess it could be. And honestly, it was Boss's Day this week and on Monday, and the team were so generous to provide a lot of love words to us. And it's hard sometimes. But at the same time, I feel so much gratitude towards the team members that are willing to write the things that are in their heart and to show the love that they feel for what we do, the way we do it. And so that's my favorite day, in the sense that everybody gets to share their heart for a minute, because I'd rather have a card any day of the week than I would an actual live gift.
Yeah.
And I think sharing your heart in your words is so important. Anyway,
100%. 100%. Thank you,
Clovis.
And thank you, Gloria, for sharing. Thank you, everybody. So now that we've covered the mission and the vision, we're going to go on to our values, which kind of elaborate on the mission and the vision. Correct. Right? So this all has to be aligned, and this all has to be, you know, kind of connected in a way. And so
there's 7 values.
7 values we have, and basically it's the number of letters in Shannon. And I think 7 is a lucky number. Mm-hmm. I like 7.
Even though you don't believe in luck.
Well, I don't believe in luck. I believe that you create your own luck. But 7 appears in my birthday 3 times.
I'm a big
in my
7
date
fan
of birth.
too.
So it, you know, and I know it's the most common lucky number out there as well. It's not my lucky number, but it's one of my lucky numbers. My lucky number is 26. But we could get into that later and talk about why that is.
We'll save a different live.
We'll save it for a different live, yeah. So we're going to share with our values, and the first one is integrity. So if you want to go ahead and read them, what that means.
So it means to always maintain a high level of integrity. Follow your moral and ethical convictions and do the right thing in all circumstances, even when nobody is watching. Oof. Yeah, be true to yourself and do nothing that dishonors you. Keep your promises to customers, coworkers, and affiliates, even when it is difficult or takes extra effort. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, boy, you know, I wish I could do a better job of watching what I ate when no one was watching, but that's my weakness. But, you know, I think, look, integrity is the cornerstone of a healthy business.
You know, I'm going to pop this in just really quickly. Yeah. When we interview, I participate in many of our interview processes with new employees or potential new employees. And I always ask the question, what must a company that you're willing to work for be? What are the top 2 or 3 things that they have to be? What must that company be? Some people are really taken back by that question, and so they have to kind of think for a second. But I will tell you, the number 1 answer is integrity. Yes, whether it's in the form of just saying the word integrity or just honesty, or all this the reaction of integrity. It's always within that, and I think integrity is it's your lifeblood of who you are.
I think it's the DNA.
Absolutely.
And that. You're my twin. It makes my soul very happy to give them away. Thank you. But yeah, I think, look, integrity is the foundation of a business. I think it's the pillars that you get to build on. And if your foundation is good, you know, you can build a high rise. But if the foundation is no good, you'll have a hard time building a second story on that building. And so I think one of the things that I'm so blessed to have worked with my dad is the values he instills in me, the integrity, the giving, the forgiveness, all the good stuff that I have in my life really has been exemplified by my father, and I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful because he's the most positive human being, and we all have challenging times in our lives, and you know, and he is the most positive man I've ever met, and he'll always say, first of all, compare where you are today to where you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, etc., to see where you are, right? And then be thankful for what you have. And God has never left you stranded. And believe and have the faith that no matter what happens, if a door closes, another one will open. And if something happens, something better will happen. It's for your best. Everything is for your best, but you just have to see it that way.
Yeah.
So you can manifest the next best thing coming into your life. Thank you, Valerie. That means a lot. We try our best. That is definitely one of our top customer propositions, is to provide the best service.
Hi, Stephen.
Stephen Friedman, welcome. That is our special guest today. Thank you for joining us. So Stephen, just to give you guys a little background, is the founder of Fabric.com. So thank you. Very special place in my heart, and I appreciate everything you do for us and you've done for us. So we'll go to employees, which is our second value, right?
Shauna, that's Arvin's statement too. Everything happens for a reason. And I mean, I concur with that completely. I do think everything.
I do have my moments when I dip and I kind of forget and I have to be reminded by my dad, and then, or by my wife, which she's like, come on, let's go, snap out of it. And it's good to have the rail, the guardrails up, because, that way, look, it just makes, you got to have the contrast, right? Yeah. But if you live in gratitude most of the time, and if you have faith most of the time, I think things always tend to work out. And we have tests, challenges, lessons that we all go through.
Does it work out?
Yes. And I think, look, the only thing that you can't really change is death and illness and stuff like that. And we have to be so grateful to be healthy, in today's world, and to have our health and our family's health,
mental health.
And just mental health today is a big deal. And I hope that everyone can have the comfort they need, really, because it is a fast-paced world. There's a lot going on, and I hope that, people can learn to cope with it a little better. So we'll go on to, employees.
Yes. So it's provide a positive employee workplace. We value our employees and aim to create a family environment where each individual's talents and ideas are appreciated. Contribute, provide honest feedback, and stay engaged. And so I think that's obviously employees are an integral part of who we are and what we exhibit to the world. And we believe in our employees. We want our employees to be the best that they can be. And that's, as a general manager, that's my whole thing, is I want each person to be the absolute best that they can be, do their best, bring their best. And sometimes people don't even recognize their best. And it takes one of us or somebody else to remind them that you're really good at that, or you should work harder on that, or you need to step up because you can be better.
Right.
And I think that's
being their best.
Yeah.
Helping them be their best.
Absolutely. And not, like I said,
guiding them, not forcing them or pushing them,
right.
But I think just helping them and provide that guidance or the feedback they need. And I think I agree 100%. I think employees are, I would say, the number one asset to a company, even though customers are pretty darn close. Right? Because without your customers, you don't have a business, but vice versa. I think without your employees, you don't even get started. Right? So, and I think we are very blessed to have a lot of loyal, dedicated employees who are really on board with our mission to make the world a softer place. And really, I feel truly blessed about that. And I think, again, a happy employee makes a huge difference. And in today's world, look, I feel like COVID has been an excuse for people for dropping the ball, and service is kind of dissipated and gone away in a lot of places.
It's just not acceptable.
It's not acceptable. And I think, people are having a hard time with that. Look, I have a choice where I spend my money. And as a consumer, I always look for places that look after me, right? That make me feel valued as a customer. And so I think employees are very important. We love our employees. We ask them for their feedback all the time. We want them to have a connection to our mission, vision. And so we want them included and connected with us. And I think we've done a really good job through COVID. I mean, we're all back to the office, right? So people want to be here. They want to collaborate. They want to work. and I'm very happy about that.
I think another thing that one could say about the staff that we have is that there's a lot of longevity in our staff. That we don't have turnover. We usually the turnover occurs only because somebody has either moved out of the area or something
life
of that.
changes.
Yeah, life changes that are
Right.
big. And so honestly, we've 10-year, 15-year. 8, 6, there's just all kinds of longevity. And of course, the longer your employees are around, the smarter they get, the healthier they are in this environment. And so they can communicate better, and they
have more tribal knowledge.
And they have ownership of what they do. And so we have a lot of employees that are in a single position, meaning there's not a whole team of, like customer service, there's a multiple of the customer service team members, but we have many positions that are just a single person that's very responsible for their own actions and the outcome that comes from what they do. And I value all of them, all of our employees. I just value them.
Kate, that's loyalty right there. I only offer products using Shannon Fabrics. Thank you. And yes, Teresa and Hawk are wonderful ambassadors, and we're truly grateful to have the two of them doing what they do. It's not easy living on the road in the RV, and that God bless those two for doing what they do, and the joy they get from sharing with people the magic of cuddle.
Yeah.
And I think there is, look, we say this all the time. The product is magical.
Yeah.
And we are fortunate enough to be able to deal that magic to you and to your communities. And it really warms my heart. So
we live with the cuddle dust. We love our cuddle dust.
You know what?
It's a
dreamy fabric is a bonus in a workplace. Yes. And you know what?
It is a bonus.
We get deferred, as I call it, before we leave usually, because we have fuzz, fibers and cuddle dust all over us. But it's all good. It's all good.
Or I wear it home and then just put it in the closet and put it back on, in a week or so, and the same cuddle dust is still hanging out.
So we're going to move to excellence, which is our next value. So Julie, if you don't mind.
Consistently strive for excellence. Good isn't good enough. Strive to be outstanding and continually raising the bar. Be passionate and be your best in everything you do. Remember, excellence is not an act, but a habit. I love that because, of course, I want everybody to be the best that they can be. So excellence is super, well, first of all, defining excellence is where we had to start.
Yes.
How do you define excellence? So, is it good? Is it outstanding? Is it good enough? Which is the statement that you make so everybody can measure on the same? And I think that we have to, we teach by example at Shannon.
Yes.
And so I think that we are held to an accountability, and we have to hold ourselves to that.
100%.
And so then we expect our managers to do the same and the same and the same down. And so by us setting an example, I hope the example is I would be proud of if I were watching videotape back. And so I try to live my life that way. As if I was constantly being videoed, would 100%. I be proud of my own self? And so
when no one's watching, right?
Absolutely. And so that's what I want. I want each employee to feel that way, and I want each person that we come in contact with to feel that we maintain that level. And so it's super important.
And look, we're human, right? We're not always living by these virtues and these values. And sometimes, you have bad days, bad moments, bad, hours. And hopefully that's just a small pit stop, and you get back to your best self. But honestly, I think, look.
But as your brother or your sister, I think in this world that it's our jobs to remind each other sometimes that maybe you aren't being your best right now, and it's time let's lift up a little bit. Let's figure out what's happening. And I think those are,
I think one of my biggest mentors is Tony Robbins, and I've said this before, and I wear this necklace, which she bought at one of the events for me. It says "Live with Passion."
I wear the same bracelet.
And so she has the same bracelet with the same coin. It says "Live with Passion." And I think when you live with passion and when you really want the most out of life, I think striving for excellence is easier.
I do too.
And I think, look, we live in a time and day where pretty good ain't good enough anymore.
Right.
And Tony says this, pretty good brings you pain today, right? In every area. If you have a pretty good child, might be some things you need to deal with. If you have a pretty good income, it may have been pretty good 5 years ago, but it's not pretty good anymore. So it's just.
You have a pretty good attitude.
Yeah, and so I think we, asking for more out of yourself and helping people be their best and really making those good habits more repetitive and more of a regular thing, I think is really what we're talking about. And again, we have moments, we all do, we're human, so hopefully we could just live there for most of our day and most of our
But we're there to stand each other up, and that's what I believe in.
support system, yeah.
Including our customers, including our consumers. I feel like we do spend time with that. And when a customer has a problem or has an issue and they come to us, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you figure out whatever you're trying to figure out, or whatever you're bringing to me to help you with. Let's talk it through and figure it out, because we, as fellow human beings, we need to support each other and stand each other up. I believe that statement about I can straighten your crown for you.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that.
And Ella, yes, everyone stumbles. Life is not about what happens to you. It's really about how you handle it. And there are certain things that are harder to deal with and handle, but I think that's really where, if you can stay centered and grounded, and I appreciate your kind words about us making a positive impact. I think we're just doing our civil duty of what our Creator intended us to be doing, right? So
I'm grateful, though personally, I'm grateful that I've been put in a position that I can have the impact on others that way, that I'm allowed to do what my core wants me to do, which is exactly what we're talking about. I live my life around the things. I've had a lot of employees over the years, and when somebody comes back and tells me how important of an impact I have made on them by just supporting them and being what I am been brought on this planet to be.
I've told you that many times.
And I'm so grateful for that, Arvind, that you've allowed me to do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful positive impact you've had on my life and our company and really our community. So we're very blessed to have you and to have a lot of our other employees, but you are really one that stick out far above and beyond everyone else. So thank you. So we're going to move forward to customers, right? So this really should have been up at top, but I think without integrity, without good employees that are there to look after your customers, and without having that desire to be excellent and have excellence in your building, I think you would really muck up the customer part.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure.
So we'll allow you, if you don't mind moving a little bit, she's going to be reading that part of
You're good. Obsess over our customers. And I believe that is something that is just woven into us. I'm off script. I just believe it's woven into us. So yes. Obsess over our customers. Think about that customer experience in all you do. Go the extra mile and always aim to surprise and delight our customers. Focus on our customer needs and find ways to add the most value. Go above and beyond your customers' expectations. Turn them into raving fans.
Turn them into raving fans. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I love this. I love the surprise and delight our customers. Yes. It's not a word. Delight is not something we use in our everyday life very often.
Although I've used it probably 20 times this past week.
Interesting.
But I think it changes the meaning of things.
When you say the word delight, doesn't that do something for you? Doesn't that make you feel a certain
way?
Very
happy.
It does me too. Delight. It makes me immediately go to all these hearts that are on the screen right now.
It's a great word. And you all have heard me rave about our community and how much I love and we love our customers. I'll tell you again, because it's one of my favorite things to say. We love our customers. We love our community. We are so blessed and grateful and thankful to have you guys. And really to honor and serve you guys is our absolute pleasure, because you guys are amazing. Kelly, I appreciate that. It is really, we're not doing anything special. We're just doing what is expected of us to do. And fortunately for us, because so many other companies don't do this, we stick out.
Yeah.
So, and we've heard this. Well, we've heard this throughout. I mean, we did not start doing all this to stick out.
No,
but it was our goal to do this from the beginning. Yes. Thank you, Gloria. You're wonderful as well. But look, that is the residual effect, right? Yep. Of us doing the right thing.
Right.
Is that you get noticed.
Right.
And I think there's nothing better than recognition, because you could talk about yourself all day long, but if nobody else feels that way, it doesn't mean anything, right? You haven't done the right thing. You've been a great person for you, but you clearly haven't made the impact, which is coming up soon, on other people. But really, I think customers are, if not the most, as I said, employees are, I feel like a tier higher, because they could really screw things up. or they could really make things amazing. I mean, I don't think I've ever gone to a trade show that we exhibited that I didn't have a few, maybe 2 or 3 customers come up to me privately and say, I just want to tell you, I'm not a big customer, I don't buy a lot, or maybe they are a big customer. I just want to tell you what a superb job your customer service does. And that really makes me happy, because at the end of the day, I'm a pleaser. I want to please my customers because I believe you guys have choices. I believe that in order to be, if we're going to be our best, right, then we can be our best and really express that, and it comes through our soul. And so it's look, it is really makes me happy to hear all these comments. I wish every company would be like Shannon. Thank you, Shauna. That's really sweet. I thank you, Kim, for your prayers. I believe in prayers, and I think, again, we're just doing our job, and we're so happy to have you guys in our lives. So there's Minky, and then there's Shannon. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley.
Thank you, Shelley. So with that said, we're going to turn our attention into teamwork, which is the next value.
Value teamwork. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. When you respect and value your coworkers' contributions, you can relate to one another effectively, which leads to increased efficiency. That, I have to tell you, that sentence took us a long time to come up with.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Yeah, it was a hard one. Cultivate genuine and meaningful relationships to create constructive and productive outcomes. That's probably the second thing on that job review time, that resumes that we look at. And when I ask those questions, that's probably the second thing that comes up, is they want a collaborative company to work with, where they aren't working in a silo all alone. And
they're not on an island by themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. And we are very collaborative here. And
maybe 2.
Sometimes.
It's okay.
Sometimes. But,
I go to her, I'm like, okay, why do we need 9 people working on such a simple thing? Well, I'm like, okay, maybe it could be 6. It could be 4. But, I feel like, but that's part of the attraction, that everyone wants to be involved, and everyone wants to be in the know, and everyone wants to make an impact. And that's really what teamwork is all about. I mean, really, at its core.
We want a stronger outcome.
Yes.
And so sometimes it takes a certain amount of team, and sometimes it takes a smaller one or a bigger one, or we just need more input on something to get a better outcome. And so we try to limit the amount of staff, because obviously everybody's got only a limited time in every day. And so, but we do think it's good to collaborate and draw the best out in everybody, so everybody has ownership in the outcome that we're going for.
So talking about teamwork, if you haven't shared this feed, please share so other people can see this great video and you'll have a chance to win the 1 of 2 cuddle blankets we're going to give away. And so, again, maybe maybe we're going to give away 4 of them today.
I knew that. I felt that coming.
Come on, it's a day of good feelings.
Yes.
It's a day of gratitude, and so we're so grateful to you guys again. I mean, I know it sounds crazy and repetitive and redundant, but that's just the way I feel most of the times, and almost all the times, about my gratitude for all of you guys, small and big, consumer and customer, ambassador and affiliate, anyone who's in our lives, employees. I mean, it's really, I love what I do.
I believe the mailman got one a couple of weeks ago.
Well, that's wonderful. We that's not the first mailman to get one, but they do a hard job.
Yeah, they do.
They deserve a little comfort, joy, and happiness.
It was your dad.
In their life.
Your dad was the one that decided she needed one. I loved it. It was just really great.
So we're gonna skip over the next one and go to innovate, because I want to talk about the last one last. So innovate, and it says always innovate. So if you want to.
It says always innovate.
Yep.
Dare to be different. Always look for better solutions and think outside of the box. Innovation, is about being creative and original in both your thinking and your actions. Well, first of all, Arvind is the first in line for the innovation booth. Yes, he's the guy who's trying to innovate things that don't even need to be innovated, but we love it, and because he's the idea guy. and he brings so many ideas to us. And honestly, I
Maybe too
appreciate
many
that.
ideas.
Yeah, of course it's too many, and we get overstimulated sometimes, and sometimes we just turn off and we have you on mute even though you're talking because it's just too much. But you know what? If we wouldn't be where we are today without all the thinking that you do and the innovation that you press us to
Thank
do,
you.
and to think. And I actually like it, but I like it when you let go of things that we don't love as ideas and that you push forward on the things that we should be pushing forward on. So,
Well, I mean, look, it's important to have the team behind your ideas. And I think I have a lot of wild ideas, but I think innovation is definitely at the core of my being. And I think that, look, for most of you who have heard this, we started in the Cuddle business with 6 SKUs in 2 items, which were Cuddle 3 and Cuddle Dimple. And I've named the colors, maybe it was 7: white ivory, baby pink, baby blue, mint, lavender, and yellow, baby yellow. And basically, today we have what? If we count the exclusives we run for people, maybe over 2,000 SKUs, maybe more.
yeah,
And
6 to 2,000.
12
Yeah.
to 2,000, and it's taken a little while. That was 2004 when we first came out with our first Cuddle fabric. But look, the idea is if you're
So true, Stephanie.
committed to something, and if you always want to make it better, right? Excellence, and always wanting to push the envelope, things will happen. And I think it's the relentless pursuit to constantly improve what we do and to constantly, I saw a couple of comments, some people saying, oh my God, it's wonderful, all the new stuff you're coming out with, they're so soft and cuddly and heavier. And then I saw one comment that said, when are you going to come out with more of the lighter weight stuff, the older stuff?
I did too.
And so look, it's an ever evolving, innovation is ever evolving. And I think I do hear, I forget who it was that said, when are we going to come out with other lighter weight stuff? There is going to be those coming as well. Right now, the trend was the heavier, the medium weight. And so we gave you guys a nice feeding of that. And we've given you guys a lot of cool new favorites. And so, again, we are never happy with just status quo.
Right.
We are never happy with, okay, we just had a hit. Okay, let's go to bed for 3 months, right? It's always, when's the next hit? What are we going to work on? My brain never stops, Lou. I think that's a truism. Even when I sleep, I think I talk through my sleep, which is what my wife sometimes says. But you know what? I'm blessed to have our team and again, be able to really get their input and their innovation as well. Because look, I don't think of everything. I think of a lot of stuff. I throw out ideas of what the future should look like, and then they kind of piece together different things that we could do to get there. But basically innovation is very important. I think that the 2 keys to business in today's world, right? Aside from having intellectual property, like having a brand, having a trademark, having a copyright, which are super important. And it was one of the advices of my mentor, Stephen Friedman, who was on here. I don't know if he's still on here, but he told me, Arvin, without a brand, you're not going to be able to do anything. And I thank you again, Stephen, for the 100th time for suggesting that to me and teaching that to me, because the Cuddle brand would not be here without you pushing me to really create a brand and really to set ourselves, apart from the rest of the product. I saw so many product, comments, Minky, there is Minky, and then there's Shannon Fabrics. You guys have the best. And that was our goal, is to have the brand that represents goodness, that represents, quality, that represents variety, that represents all the other amazing attributes that we look for when we create new products. So innovation and marketing are the 2 things, other than branding, intellectual property. If you have an innovation in the market and you know how to market it, it's a game. It's game over.
I agree.
I think it's a home run combination.
So some of the product questions and things, yes, we definitely have heard loud and clear that there are some people asking for some of those medium priced items. And so we are definitely working on some things, some of our traditional ways of coming up with new products.
But we still have 1,300 SKUs
Absolutely.
of the lighter weight, more affordable product. This was just to create that, top tier, maybe 100, 120 SKUs of the heavier stuff that people have been asking us.
All came out together.
Yes,
so
they did all come out together. And you know what? Basically, we didn't have a lot of releases in the earlier part of the year, and then we just kind of went on turbocharge over the last 4 months.
Well, because there was an innovative moment by one of our mill, and it allowed this new category to kind of come together, and so that created a lot of new SKUs.
So,
And
Kate, sorry to cut you
No,
off, but
no, okay.
I'm not the founder. My father is the founder, but I am the president. I've been here for 22 years as of July 1st. And wow, that sounds like a lot of years.
And if you would like to hear that full story, check out Cuddle Connection episode 1.
There you go. Jeremy is saying, watch episode 1 to find out everything. And Shannon, of course, Kim is also in that episode, is my sister's name, which my dad chose, and basically in 1994, about 6 years before I joined the company. And yes, Josie, customers want the new items. I agreed. Vienna, Arctic Fox, Arctic Chinchilla, Sydney. Oh my God, there's
Vienna.
So many. And that's your favorite, Vienna.
It is Vienna's my favorite still. And Sydney, I love Sydney too. But honestly, I have a funny little story about the Shannon name that we were just talking about this the other day. Whenever you go to a trade show or we have somebody newer on the phone and you're talking with somebody, a customer, and you always the call will get ended or the end of the meeting at a trade show, and they'll say, "Well, thank you so much, Shannon." And then they'll go off.
Pull the comments down just a bit. Jeremy.
And they'll go off on their merry way. And, I don't know if they realize that they've just called us each Shannon. But all of us are apparently named Shannon in the booth. I don't know if you guys get it too,
Kelly,
but
you can go back.
But we laugh about it a lot that we all get called Shannon.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I get called Shannon, and so I can understand. But it's fine. I mean, look, and what's funny is my sister doesn't go by that name anymore. She goes by Amy, but. So it is kind of like now there is no Shannon in the family. It's our business. Our business became the baby, right? And she was our baby, and she's the last baby. And so we're grateful for that name, for really. I mean, again, the what we get to do. And Kelly, you had mentioned about making an impact, and thank you. We are blessed for your kind words and unmatched. We hope that's what we strive for to be, is to be the best at what we do. And I'm glad to hear from you guys that we are doing that. And so the last value is impact.
Yes.
And so please.
By the way, Kate, she's the only girl also in the family. So
yes.
She's not just the favorite, but she's the only girl. So
I think I'm the favorite now.
You think you're the favorite?
No. Maybe.
I think they're all the favorites.
My two siblings believe I'm the favorite.
Oh, okay.
So
fair enough. So impact, make an impact. Strive to have a positive and lasting impact on our customers, our communities, and ourselves by doing your best to make people and their businesses successful. Oh, that was rough. You will enrich the lives of those around you, inspire others to do the same by paying it forward, and achieve long-lasting prosperity for our company. Wow, that's a mouthful, huh?
That is a mouthful, but I think the most important phrase to me is strive to have a positive and lasting impact. Now, whether that's on our customers, our communities, on ourselves, on our families, on our friends, on the guy that we sit in an Uber with. Lately, I've been doing a lot of coaching to Uber drivers, and over the weekend I was out of town, and so I used Uber a few times. And I give them advice. I'm like, what's your plan after Uber? Because we all know within the next 3 to 5 years, that's all going to be autonomous, right? And with the price of gas going up and price of insurance going up and price of cars going up, is it really a worthwhile endeavor right now, right, for these people to be driving? And so he said, well, I don't know what to do. And before this, I did some other stuff. I said, what I would recommend is looking into like some sort of a trade that's necessary today, like becoming a technician, becoming some sort of doing like a 6-month, 12-month DeVry University training, what do they call it? Trade school, right? And so he says, wow, you know what? That's a great advice, and I think I'm going to look into it, because look, a data technician or I don't know, X-ray technician can
Right.
make $80,000-$100,000 today, right? That's a lot more than riding an Uber. Plus, you don't have to deal with all the nonsense of going around.
Well,
But I understand that Uber gives you flexibility, and it's a period,
it'll
you know,
wear
it's a
out.
transition thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, it's about making an impact. It's about
Sure.
caring, you know, and it's about understanding that basically, you know, everyone, we're all human. We're always going to need a hand. We're always going to need a little bit of assistance, whether it be from your family, friends, and a stranger.
Mhm.
But I think just being in that mentality of always wanting to make a positive and lasting impact. And I think that's honestly, again, that's the biggest reward of what we get to do, is the impact that we've made.
Yeah.
And I thank you for your contribution. I
Thanks,
thank
Will.
our entire team for their contribution. And I thank our entire community, one by one, from small to big, for your contribution. I hope that you've enjoyed this show today of us explaining to you a little bit more about our insides. And it was, you know, actually really exciting for me to do this today. And I'm very happy with the way it all worked out, because we want to get to know you guys better. We want to connect with you guys more. And if you ever need to reach out to us, please feel free. If you have any ideas about other topics you want us to cover, we love your feedback. And don't forget to share with your friends. And we do have our 4 giveaways that we need to do, Jeremy. So is there any questions? I think maybe we should ask that.
Well, I think they were trying to ask them as we went along, and I think we hit most of them, unless we missed something, not looking.
Jeremy, you have any questions?
Someone was asking, do we give company tours? And then
Company tours.
everything else you guys are kind of answering.
You know, it's actually funny. So last week we might have to move our physical location over the next 3-4 months, as our leases come and due by the end of January. And so we're looking at some new places, and there is this space that we're looking at that looks like it's the right fit. And so basically, you know, we were talking about having a room to have like some sort of retreat, visitors, like a special day at Shannon, that it would be a very limited amount of people, obviously, maybe a dozen people, maximum 20 people. And so they got to come and live a day with us and kind of walk around, work around, see, you know, we'll have fun things planned. That's something
that's in the woohoo world
yes,
right now.
that's called a moonshot.
Yeah, it's an
right?
idea for sure. And I'm sure it would be super fun to do. We just have to figure it out to make it pick me. I love it, Valerie.
Yes, Kelly, yes. Ingrid was here for a couple of days with us, and she had a wonderful time, and we had a wonderful time hanging out with her and getting to know her. She is a amazing human being with so much God. She is just resilient.
Yeah.
She is resilient, and it makes me happy to know that there are people out there that just don't give up, you know, and always want to chase their dreams. And I hope that Ingrid, you're able to achieve everything you want in your life, and all of you guys, really. But
Sure.
she is a special soul. But yes, I think I know you guys.
Look, so Kate wants camp.
Camp, Shannon Cuddle Camp.
I love it.
All right. Well, I think that's not a bad name for it.
I
Camp.
kind of think it's a cute name.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kate.
So, but if there's no other questions, we're going to draw our winners. And
today's
winners are
Rochelle P.
Ooh.
Rochelle P.
Shauna R.
Shauna R. She was very active
yes,
today.
Yes, she was. Both of them were.
Sophie C.
Sophie C.
And Bonnie H.
Please
send us an email at info@shannonfabrics with your shipping info and phone number.
So Rochelle P., Shauna R., Sophie C., and Bonnie H. If you guys are here, please say aye. And if not, I'm sure you'll see the video at the end of it and go ahead and reach out to us. We do have some pre-selected cuddle blankets that we're going to be giving out today. So it's
Wild rabbit.
This is Wild Rabbit, both of them.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw this one was, but I didn't
Silver
know.
lining. And
There's for you. That's for this. So we're going to give away 2 of each one of these. And Rochelle, I see you're there. Congratulations. And
They were
let's see.
beauties.
Well, who else do we got? Anybody else there? Shauna, you still there?
So how heavy do you think that is, Irvin? I think the weight of that
That's a
is.
good 8 pounds.
I think so. 8, 9 pounds of,
Yeah.
of deliciousness.
Yes. And by the way, for those of you who don't know that haven't watched some of the episodes, Wild Rabbit is my favorite. And so maybe today it's like a second favorite, but you know, with Al coming up.
Yeah, that was going to be pretty cool.
And the chinchilla, the Arctic chinchilla is pretty darn good.
This is
I just love the rustic look of that. Just like it looks like you just took it off of an animal's skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because it was built up of one of our furs, right?
So
oh gosh, now we're going to digress into fabric.
there's Shauna R. Congratulations.
And
Bonnie just
Bonnie
come.
spoke up.
All right. So most of them are here. Thank you for joining us today and allowing us to open our doors and share with you our insides. Yes, French roast, Valerie. That's pretty darn cute. That's probably my favorite color.
It's really pretty. Really pretty.
But again, thank you. We look forward to seeing you guys. Not next Thursday. I won't be at next Thursday's live. I think maybe we're gonna do it on Friday. We said from the booth.
Probably it'll be Friday. So
from Quilt Market.
Yes. So we're going to Quilt Market, and Thursday's a travel day for us, and a tiny bit of setup. So it'll be boring. You'll just be looking at an empty floor. So probably Friday is when we'll go live. I don't know exactly what time yet, and we'll be in Houston, so we'll be on Houston time. But we're gonna give you a little sneak peek of a few things. That depends on where freight is and how good of a job we've done that so far.
There's Sophie, the final winner. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everyone. And please don't forget to watch Teresa and Hawk every Tuesday on Sew Together Tuesday.
Yes.
And tune in every Thursday to see her and I. Sometimes we have a special guest.
Sometimes.
Next week, unfortunately, I will not be traveling to Quilt Market this show. So they're going to be doing the show without me. And I'm sure they'll be okay. They'll have a lot of stand-ins for me.
I'm pretty sure we'll be okay.
And to everyone who's going to see us at Quilt Market, we'll see you guys there. And if not, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on our next product review.
Yeah.
God bless. Have a wonderful day.
Bye. Thank you.